This one, and I'll ask you all the questions, but I don't want you to go in the order you're sitting in. Brief overview, please, of the method you will chat about today, and what would I need to have or use during a disaster with no grid power. And we're going to start with Dave.
The method of communication is GMRS and FRS radio. FRS radios are what you would identify as walkie-talkies. You don't need a license to receive or transmit on them. They're relatively inexpensive. They are relatively short distance communication devices. GMRS radios are more powerful radios, so they can transmit further, but they share the same frequencies with FRS radios. The additional piece is that GMRS radios can use repeaters, which has the effect of extending their range. What you would need is a GMRS or FRS radio, a way to power it long term, and the knowledge about how to use it and who your neighbors are and whether or not they also have radios. And I think that's enough for a short intro.
And then it's going to go to Jeff.
You have a list somewhere which way you want us to do this, huh?
John and I talked about especially the order for this one.
Got it. So I'll talk about internet connectivity and resilient connectivity around internet, and what you would need around internet is power. Power is going to be the most important piece of it, but what you have to make sure is that you understand how the internet provider is also powered. Because it's not just about having power at your home or your business, it's also about having power upstream from that at your internet provider, making sure that they have power to be able to provide services to you.
Hi, my name is Nathan. I'm here to talk about amateur radio. Some people will know that by ham radio. It's the same thing. This is a licensed technology that you take tests to actually get your license. You can kind of think of it as GMRS on steroids. With your license, you get to use more power and a lot more frequency ranges and a lot more fancy things like auto patch, which lets you make phone calls over the radio. So if your local phone lines are down, you can reach out that way, and much other technologies as well. But it is a higher technical area, but with that come benefits of more tools that you can use in an emergency situation or a disastrous scenario.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm John Simpson. I'm also an amateur radio licensed operator. I'm here to talk about the next generation of ham radio, which is a high-speed, we'll call it a parallel universe to the internet. It's actually the same concept as the internet. You can have your web browser, you can share PDF files, you can share spreadsheets amongst each other. Incident managers who are down there at the incident command post can share plans and maps quickly on this high-speed network, including it can even be in your own home. There's no reason you can't be it. You do, however, have to be a licensed amateur radio operator. The test is pretty simple. You just study for 3 or 4 days. We have online classes, and you get your you pay your $30 and you get your 10-year license, and you get to enjoy the system. In a nutshell, people who are starting on it can tie into your existing home internet so you can get to know how the system works. And then when sites are available on hilltops and neighbors to share zigzag-like, small antennas can be set up where you are not dependent on the internet anymore, and you can have the same services. Jeff, did you want to have a couple words about mountaintop facilities that might be able to support this?
Let's talk.
So, in providing internet connectivity to the valley and trying to figure out how to provide internet connectivity to the valley during the Holiday Farm Fire, I was lucky to work alongside of a lot of very talented individuals, and we together really kind of reverse engineered the valley and thinking about it kind of the opposite way. A lot of people think about it coming from Eugene. We had to think about it coming from the other direction. So you learn different things about the valley when you look at it a different direction. You have the advantage of the knowledge of what comes from Eugene, but then you get to look at it from a different direction. So in pairing a lot of the people up here together in collaboration, we've built a number of mountaintop sites. We have Death Ball Rock right over here that has a mountaintop site that's solar driven. It has ham radio antenna on it and repeater. It has APRS, which is messaging over ham radio, location over ham radio. It has GMRS repeater for MCC up there as well. And it feeds internet connectivity. So it's a shared effort in keeping that site running and going. Castle Rock is another location that has a solar site up there that does not rely on the power down in town. We also worked with eWeb to put a site up at Belknap Hot Springs right above there, the Belknap Bluff. There's a big tower up there that eWeb owns. It has cell service on it now as well. And we're also located on that. And then Carmen Smith, which is even farther upriver by Blue Pool. That also has cell service, and we have connectivity on that as well. So I think just in partnering together, looking at these locations as well as additional locations that the community has offered up for some of these efforts, we'll continue building that mesh network out that John's talking about, so that people have an option to have a out-of-band or non-internet required connectivity strategy for disaster response.